Our first guest right now is a remarkable woman who has been
Yep.
so helpful to so many people, me included, and just a wealth of knowledge. Man, she is just as sharp as a tack and such a good teacher and just a good person. I'm talking about Jennifer Yakos. And Dr. Granpeesheh, I know you have known her much longer than I am. She's a blessing in everybody's life. Talk about her a little bit.
She is an amazing person, Shannon. Thank you for acknowledging that as well. She is so a lot of in our field, Shannon. Of course, Jen Yakos is everybody knows her because she is the face of all of the training that we do at CARD and at IBT. So if any of our viewers have watched IBT trainings or Institute for Behavioral Training videos, it is 90% Jen, and she's fantastic. She's just fantastic at these trainings, and it's amazing to me because she's just so good without material to read, and she's just so fluent, and the training is so effective. And so like at these conferences, I think she must be like a superstar because everybody recognizes her face. So through that, she Jen, and I of course love Jen very much. We have a really long history, and I look forward to hearing from her how she started. If I remember correctly, Jen has always been in the San Diego office, but I don't there it's such a long time ago, we're talking 90s, that I might be wrong, and I'll let Jen correct me. But the amazing thing is that honestly, Shannon, no matter what else was going on, whether it was her personal life or card changes or whatever, Jen has always been an incredibly solid contributor to card and to the entire field. And I would say she's one of those people where her reach is far, far beyond card, obviously, because the training that she provides to the world of ABA is incredible, and it's tremendous. And I'm so proud to have her on the card team, and to have known her and worked with her for so many years. Let's bring
Yeah,
her on.
let's get her in here so everybody can there she
Yes.
is.
Hi.
Jen, and I see you have your training headsets on. You are awesome.
Yes, I feel like an air traffic controller.
But I gotta say, the message that you share is always so important. And I remember the first time that I got to meet you, I had to film with a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of little segments that were going to be interstitial throughout what was then Skills Live, and everyone said, "Oh, wait till you meet her." Because with other people, they weren't necessarily people who knew how to be on a camera or whatever. Maybe it was their first time, and we had to do multiple takes. And you were like one of those, things, an Energizer bunny that you could just set, and I could walk away and come back, and you would have 4 hours filmed that was brilliant, first take. And I just remember going, "Oh, what they all said about her is so true. You're incredible. You're absolutely incredible." And I still learn from you so much every day. So I'm so glad that you're here. But I want to know your card origin story. How did you come to be a card?
I was a student at UC Irvine, actually, back in the early to mid 90s. That's yeah, it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I was just finishing up, and I first watched the Lovaas documentary film in one of my classes. And my professor was actually one of the students that Dr. Doreen that you worked with at
Yeah.
UCLA. And so I saw
Wow.
the video, and I was just blown away. I couldn't it was my first glimpse at, really ABA and its application to individuals with autism, and just how powerful a tool it can be to change lives. And so one of the professors at UC Irvine had three children that were all on the spectrum, and they
Right.
were looking for students, psychology students, to train and administer ABA therapy. So I had just graduated, but I didn't want to pass up the opportunity. So I started working with that family. And I was trained by Kathy Thompson, one of the most amazing clinicians and people that I've known. And so I worked actually in Irvine for about 3 months. And then I moved down to San Diego just as the San Diego office was starting to open and take patients. So that was back in 1995. And
Amazing.
yeah, and then I've been with CARD ever since. So it was.
Somewhere here, I have a picture of you guys from the 90s. I was like looking to see if it's on
Oh,
my
please don't
bookshelf.
mind it. Please don't
somewhere.
mind it. There's nothing good in that picture, I can tell you.
So Jen, it's funny because yesterday, over the last few days, we've been talking actually about that family, and because mom, of course, was a very well-known lawyer. We're talking about Maureen Graves here, Shannon. So and it's amazing that that program that they set up at UC Irvine influenced so many of our seniors.
Mhm.
And because we're just, Renat went through that program, I believe, and I think Lisa Bancroft, I'm not sure, but it was
Did.
what an
Yeah,
amazing thing that we have so many, like, honestly, decades of you guys, like, feeding the world, and you kind of all originated from that program. What an amazing thing.
it
Uh,
really was
I
meant
love
to
it.
be. And I knew within the first day of being trained and getting my feet wet that that was what I wanted to do for my career. So
That's
it was definitely
incredible.
meant to be. Yeah.
That is incredible.
And you've had so many different things that you done at Card, that ways that you've contributed. We talk a lot on Autism Live about the IBT videos, and you've been such an amazing part of that. We want her to tell a little bit about what capacity she's working in now, Dr.
Yeah,
Granpeesheh.
absolutely. And you guys reminded me, Shannon, when you said, all the video, the taping and stuff. And I remembered those days where Jen and Cecilia, our next guest, would come up to headquarters and spend hours and hours videotaping. And it's just incredible because Jen has also, yes, been involved with some of the card research as well, and she's presented at conferences. And of course, now for the past many years, I don't know how many exactly years, Jen has been in the training department or area and providing content.
Hmm.
The vast majority of our content, both internally at CARD and, as I said, IBT. Talk about that actually, because Jen was one of the leaders of IBT, and kind of we all, Jen was part of the whole process of producing training at CARD, and then that training department took off and became the Institute for Behavior Training. Talk about that for a little bit. How long ago was that?
It's hard to remember. Cecilia probably knows the specific dates, but I think it was sometime around maybe 2013, 2014. I'm
Wow.
not quite sure. She'll know. Yeah, she's just said
Yeah.
yes. Anyway, so Cecilia and she was the director of Card's training department, and we were trying to kind of provide service for external families and practitioners as well. So we developed all of our e-learning trainings as well as webinars and things, sort of as part of an attempt to provide training to external professionals. So we sort of took all of the expertise and knowledge that we had gained and developed at Card and took that and developed these external trainings through IBT, the Institute for Behavioral Training. And so we developed our video library, but we also developed we did a lot of webinars and presenting at conferences and continuing education units. And then we also developed library of parent trainings and teacher trainings,
Teaching, yeah.
education trainings, yeah, first responder trainings, things like that. So, we kind of just we did a lot, and I have to give credit to Cecilia, my dear friend, my partner in crime. We just sort of, I think we see things very, we're very eye to eye on a lot of things and our approaches and our motivations to try to make a positive impact in the field and with these wonderful, inspiring families to try to get resources to them, make them more accessible, make them more meaningful, just do
Yeah.
what we can. And so, we're now back sort of working primarily for cards internal development and training. So now I'm again working with Cecilia, who, I'm just so happy about that. And I'm the one of the content developers. So we develop a variety of things. So with training content, parent training, caregiver, sort of resources and support for different types of internal and external trainings and development of curriculum. And yeah, so it's sort of, we wear many hats, but we love it because it allows our creativity and our passion to sort of lead the way, which is really nice.
That is wonderful. That is really wonderful because I know that both of you guys were also very passionate about just direct contact with the families, and you've always enjoyed that. And I know you don't get a lot of that right now.
Hmm.
But I want you to know that the work that you are doing is very, very far-reaching, Jen. I mean, we are Shannon and I do shows, and we have a lot of international people. We have people from all over the world on our shows, and I can tell you that they are benefiting from the work that you do in, I mean, Bangladesh today we had, and India, and honestly, all over the world.
That's
And
great.
so, what you guys have done and what you work on, it's not easy. I know hours and hours of writing and then making it into, I mean, I'm doing, honestly, I'll be honest with you, I'm working on two different PowerPoints right now for large corporations that need to learn about autism. And it's just like taking me so long just to produce two PowerPoints. And I'm thinking you guys have produced hundreds of these, and they are so, so powerful. And I just want to thank you for that on behalf of not just the families out there who have benefited, but the hundreds and hundreds of individuals who somehow have been working in this field, whether they're paraprofessionals or professionals. You've trained lots of people. You've answered lots of questions for people over the years, and that's life saving. And and me personally, just such a joy to as Shannon. I'm very, very lucky. One of the things that I still get to do to this day is I spend a little bit more time with Cecilia Jen because they're like I see a little bit of their work. We're on a couple of little projects where we're all involved, and I get to see them. And I'm so thankful for that because I love you guys. I love you very much, Jen. Thank you so much for having been a part of my life for so long. And I know that the journey still has a long way to go.
Thank you so much. It's been such a privilege to have this opportunity. There's so much that we can continue to do, as you said.
Yeah,
I appreciate the opportunity to continually do better and to be better and to help reach families, especially through this difficult time. It's been such a privilege and such a responsibility, to know that we're helping people through a pandemic, through
absolutely.
ridiculous times and
Absolutely.
stressors on top of the daily stressors that they have. And so we don't take that lightly. We take our job very seriously and appreciate the privilege to make a difference and to constantly help families and do what we can to help them maximize their happiness and their joy and what they can achieve. So
And you do, and it is so appreciated, Jen. Thank you so much for
thank you.
all that you do. Thank you
Thank you
so
both.
much. All
Thank
right,
you.
you
So
take
I'm
care.
going to bring on your buddy here, hopefully.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes. So we'll say
Yes.
goodbye for now.
All
But
right.
thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you guys
Thank
both.
Thank
you.
Take
you.
care.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching Autism Live. If you found anything helpful in this video, please give us a like. In fact, make sure that you smash that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram for important updates. And please download our free podcast wherever you get your podcasts. See you next time. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now.
To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.